Rivers ARC, you can write to us at P.O. Box 225, Greenock, PA, zip code 15047. That's P.O. Box 225, Greenock, PA, zip code 15047. We're also on the internet, the World Wide Web at www.trarc.net. www.trarc.net. At the moment, the Two Rivers ARC activities are currently suspended due to the COVID-19 virus situation. Okay, for weapons temperature checking to emergency or priority traffic at this time.
I'll take the Bofang UV5.
Being unheard. Does anybody have any listings of silent keys and your radio amateurs have recently passed away? Unheard? Alright. I'm going to take some check-in here in a moment. When you check in, please keep your call sign slowly and phonetically. It means spell out your call sign. And let me know if you have any announcements for the net. At this time, I'm looking for the officers of the Two Rivers ARC wishing to check into the Two Rivers net.
Check everybody on the net. No traffic. W3OC. W3OC, please. Bob Elizabeth Township. Give me Chuck. Hivington net, no traffic.
Okay, Alpha Bravo 3 Juliet Tango and Kilo Bravo 3 Sugar Tango. Any other members of the board of directors wishing to check in?
W3OC. Romeo. Wait, good evening, Chuck. W3OC. Kilo Bravo 3, Uniform Whiskey Charlie, Steve in Boston. Good evening, Chuck. Everyone else on the net. No other comments.
Okay, got Whiskey India 2 Radio and Kilo Bravo 3 Uniform Whiskey Charlie. Any other members of the board of directors?
Okay.
Okay, now heard. Alrighty, thank you.
Wait.
Alright, now I'm looking for stations that are operating mobile, portable, or outside of Allegheny County. W3OC.
Are you serious right now?
This is November 3, Papa Sierra Uniform. Chuck in the mobile.
Could you please repeat?
Hello, Chuck and everyone on the net.
W3OC.
I'm probably going after this guy.
Please copy Kilo Alpha 3.
Mhm.
Yankee Golf Lima. Bruce in South Collinsville. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening, everybody on the net. No traffic.
W3OC. W3OC, please recognize Kilo Charlie 3, Papa Delta Bravo. Antonio from Pittsburgh, good evening to you, Chuck, and those on the net. No traffic.
W3OC. This is Kilo Alpha 3, Kilo Sierra Papa. Jimmy Carnegie in the mobile. W3OC. Here's Kilo Bravo 3, Victor Sierra Papa, Dan out here in Beaver County. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening to the net. W3OC, WA3, PBD, Andy, Portable, and West Bethlehem. W3OC. Please copy Kilo Charlie 3, India, Romeo Foxtrot, Bob, Portable, in Overbrook. Good evening. W3OC. This is Kilo Alpha 3,
Kilo Echo Victor Mobile. Danny and Plum, good evening, Chuck. No traffic.
Okay, thank you. This is what I got so far. Thank you. N3 Papa Sierra Uniform Mobile, Kilo Alpha 3 Yankee Golf Lima, Kilo Charlie 3 Papa Delta Bravo,
You got me.
Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Sugar Papa Mobile, Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Sierra Papa, Whiskey America 3 Papa Bravo Delta Portable, Kilo Charlie 3 India Radio Fox Portable, and Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Echo Victor Mobile. Anybody else, mobile, portable, or outside of Allegheny County? Okay, Kilo Bravo 3 Kilo Bravo Hotel. Anybody else, mobile, portable, or outside of Allegheny County?
Kilo Charlie 3, Oscar Charlie Alpha.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 3 Oscar Charlie Alpha. Okay, now we'll open up for general check-in. Anyone who hasn't checked in so far, like to check in, call now.
W3OC. W3OC, please copy Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot. Stephen, Picture and Heights. I tried to check in on the portable, but it didn't seem to make it. But trying this one here. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net.
W3OC. Here is Kilo 3 Hotel India Romeo, Merle and Elizabeth. No comment.
W3OC. W3TFS, David Brentwood, no comment.
Stay hydrated.
W3OC, please recognize November 3 Juliet Hotel Bravo. Jim in McKeesport. Good evening, everyone on the net. No traffic.
Water went down the wrong pipe.
W3OC. This is Whiskey Uniform 3 Uniform, Kurt and Elizabeth, no traffic. W3OC. This is Whiskey 3 Lima Zulu Radio, Jim Drabosberg. I say good evening to the assembled multitude, no traffic, Chuck. W3OM, please recognize Whiskey 3 Delta Tango Papa. Dolphin Flight, good evening, Chuck, good evening, everyone in the net. W3OC. November 3 Bravo Juliet Alpha, David on West West 1, good evening, no traffic.
W3OC.
Kilo Bravo 3, November, Quebec. David Mobile in New Kensington, good evening, no comments, no traffic.
W3OC. W3OC, please copy Kilo Charlie 3 India Romeo Golf. Ed in McKeesport. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net.
Okay, that time I got Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Fox, Kilo 3 Hotel India Radio, Whiskey America 3 Pop Tango Fox Sugar, November 3 Juliet Hotel Bravo, Whiskey Uniform 3 Uniform, Whiskey 3 Lima Zulu Radio, Whiskey 3 Delta Tango Papa, November 3 Bravo Japan Alpha, Kilo Charlie 3 India Radio Golf, and somebody was mobile. I didn't get that one. The station was mobile with KB3. Call again.
KB3 and FQ, mobile. Good evening to the net, no comments, no traffic.
Okay, I got KB3 November Fox Quebec Mobile. Anybody else, please?
W3OC. Please copy Kilo Bravo 3 Charlie Delta Alpha, Tony in White Oak. Good evening to the net, no further traffic.
W3OC. Please copy Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Romeo Hotel, Marty in Oakland. Good evening, everybody. No traffic.
Okay, got Kilo Bravo 3 Charlie Delta Alpha and Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Radio Hotel. Anybody else?
W3OC, this is Kilo Charlie 3 Oscar Charlie Tango, Vince in Dormont, no traffic.
Okay, Kilo Kilo Charlie 3, Oscar Charlie Tango. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, all right. Well, we'll stop right there. Thank you all for taking the time to check in. I apologize for being late. I slept in, so no argument for that. Okay. Thank everybody for checking in with us this evening. Let's see, what do we got here? Two Rivers activities on the list of things here. Of course, we're currently suspended for everything due to no location for one thing, and the trying to keep the social distancing guidelines are provided by the state and the federal government. So we're kind of hunkered down right now for that. Okay, let's see, I don't have any other, well, the Radio Club still has the Super Raffle still going on. That'll continue on until we have a winner for that. That's a drawing in which you can purchase raffle tickets. We have the choice of the winner will have a choice of either a ham radio transceiver from the list below. The list includes the A2FTDX101D, an ICOM IC7610, a Kenwood TF890S, or cash prize. Hold on a second. Or a cash prize. You like information on that? You can. Tickets are being are currently available by several means. So you can do it by email, phone number, or also by mail. The mail address is 933 Jefferson Drive, 933 Jefferson Drive in Clairton, PA, CLAIRTON, Clairton, PA, zip code 15025. You can also ask for information by email to petersondt@verizon.net, Peterson Delta Tango @verizon.net, or phone 412-398-1092, 412-398-1092. Here on account of things that are coming up. I haven't heard of too much lately. The next Hamfest in the area is will be on Sunday, July 19th by the Somerset County ARC at the Somerset County Tech Center, 281 Technology Drive in Somerset, PA. Like everything else, we're still kind of waiting to hear if there's going to be any change in the status of that. They also are going to have ARLVE testing at their session.
WA3PBD.
Yeah, who's that?
WA3PBD. Somerset's been canceled.
Oh, when'd they do that?
It was on 75 meters last week or the weekend. Mark K3VO announced it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Looks like that one's going to be off the board. Wow. Okay, the next one after that scheduled is Uniontown on August the 8th at their club grounds. That's the 71st annual one down there in Uniontown, PA. Guess we'll hear more on that as we get a little bit closer. Skyview is scheduled also toward the end of August. I haven't heard anything on that one either. Everybody's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, I guess. So, that's kind of what I got as far as Hamfest are concerned. Let's see here, what else we got on the list here? Of course, the Radio Club's exam session, which was scheduled for the 9th, that's been canceled. The Two Rivers ARC exam session was canceled. Of course, Field Day's coming up too. At the end of the month, it's scheduled for, 27th and 28th. I haven't heard of any major announcements on what local clubs are doing. I think there's a lot of debate going on about how to operated. I know the ARRL had a bulletin that came out last week where it suspended certain portions of it. Maybe might be something on Newsline tonight. More information. If not, I've seen it. It's up on the ARRL website. I can get it while we're looking for other things. Okay. With that, I'm going to take your repeats for anything they've heard. W306. Okay, all right. Well, let me put some switches beyond here with Newsline. While I do that, get something to drink for my dry throat. W306.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2222 with the release date of Friday, May 29th, 2020, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. A DMR radio manufacturer files for bankruptcy. Slow Scan TV steps in after an Indian cyclone, and a Russian satellite helps two hams set a record. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2222 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, Kingston Brown, WD9GCO. Our top story this week is the filing by Hytera Communications America, whose DMR radios were the focus of a $765 million lawsuit by Motorola Solutions. On Thursday, May 27th, the longtime rival of Motorola filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. In February, the federal jury in Chicago awarded Motorola damages based on their successful arguments that Hytera America engaged in copyright infringement and trade secret theft in the production of its DMR radios. The jury award included $345.8 million in compensatory damages and $418.8 million in punitive damages, the maximum amount Motorola had requested. Motorola also announced it would seek a worldwide injunction against Hytera's further production of radios using the stolen trade secrets. Hytera described its filing as a routine financial restructuring relating to the litigation as well as the pandemic's impact on business. A report in the Critical Communications Review added, quote, Hytera is confident its operation will remain viable in the American market after the restructuring process is completed. Amateur radio operators once again stepped in to assist after a powerful storm in Bangladesh and eastern India. But this time, it was Slow Scan TV providing peace of mind in the aftermath of powerful cyclone Amphan. Graham Kemp, VK4BB, has the story.
Video messages transmitted by amateur radio Slow Scan TV have been able to reassure more than 70 families in West Bengal who'd lost contact with their relatives after Cyclone Amphan swept through the state. Amateurs such as Divis Mandal, BU3, ZII of the West Bengal Radio Club have visited families living on storm-racked Sagar Island, Musuni Island and elsewhere to take pictures for later retransmission. According to Club Secretary Ambarish Nag Biswas, BU2 JFA, the Indian government gave the club the call sign Alpha Uniform 2 Alpha Charlie for storm-related operations, which, he said, facilitated communication with amateurs all over the world. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
Among satellite enthusiasts, there's been another record-setting moment. The Russian satellite RS-44 has enabled a record-distance-setting QSO between hams in Oregon and Spain, according to AMSAT. On May 17th, signals traveling a distance of 8,314 kilometers, or more than 5,100 miles, enabled a contact between Casey, KI7UNJ, and Jose, EB1AO. AMSAT reports that both stations had negative elevation. Congratulations to both. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues to hold a grip on the planet, organizers of ham radio events likewise continue canceling some of their most anticipated events. John Williams, VK4JJW, tells us about one of the latest to be called off.
Hamfest India 2020, which was scheduled to take place on the 21st and 22nd of November in Kerala, has been cancelled. A notice on the event website said that registration has been closed and anyone who has already registered will have their money fully refunded. The website said the cancellation was being done in the interest of public safety as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. While the event was still in the planning stages, organisers had said they expected a large number of delegates to mark this as the 100th year of amateur radio activities in India. The committee said members will now focus on making plans for Hamfest India 2021. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm John Williams, VK4JJW.
And in the U.S., another popular regional event won't be happening. Here's Phil Thomas, W8RMJ, with that report.
The COVID-19 pandemic has claimed another amateur activity. DX Engineering has canceled its Hamfest scheduled for Saturday, August the 8th. Tim Duffy, K3LR, DX Engineering CEO, explained.
It became abundantly clear that trying to maintain the CDC recommendations for social distancing and knowing how hams like to touch various radio equipment, it did not appear to us that that would be a prudent thing to hold. It may not even be allowed in Ohio, depending upon how large a group. We felt with people making plans, to drive and things like that, we'd get out ahead of it.
DX Engineering has a showroom located inside Summit Racing in Talmadge, Ohio. Plans are moving ahead with the resumption of their Hamfest in 2021. Reporting for Amateur Radio Newsline, this is Phil Thomas, W8RMJ.
Not all organizers are canceling or postponing plans. The European Radio Amateurs Organization, or EURAO, is going ahead with its 2020 General Assembly, originally planned to take place at the now-canceled Ham Radio Friedrichshafen event. When it convenes on June 27th, however, it will be online. The move to a virtual environment is the latest in a series of transitions made to amateur radio events, so they can take place while providing a safe environment for attendees during the current pandemic. With all physical YOTA events for young amateurs canceled or postponed through September, YOTA Online kicks off on May 28th at 1800 UTC. This free program of regular monthly events was created by the Youth Working Group within IARU Region 1, which includes the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. The online event is not limited to young hams in the region, however, and organizers have encouraged all young hams in the Americas, Asia, and Australasia to participate as well. For those who miss it, sessions will be recorded for viewing on the Ham YOTA YouTube channel. And while CPAC, the ARRL Northwestern Division Convention, will not be happening as scheduled in Oregon, the CPAC QSO party is going forward. It begins on Saturday, June 6th at 1600 UTC and runs until June 7th at 0400 UTC. As with the canceled Hamvention, which also hosted a QSO party instead, CPAC organizers are hoping that the on-the-air togetherness will make up for the absence of eyeball QSOs this year. For details, visit cpac.org. You don't need to be in a crowded venue or even beside your teammates to enjoy this next event. It's the 100 watts in a wire tune-up. Kevin Trotman, N5PRE, explains.
The 100 watts in a wire podcast is encouraging hams to try a new take on social distancing by participating in its next activity as part of a virtual team. Tune-up, which is an activity, not a contest, will be held on June 12th through June 14th, and the teammates' locations can be scattered across the map. The tune-up is designed to provide an opportunity to test out emergency communication procedures, much as the annual ARRL Field Day does. The rules are basically any brand, any mode, any time, although it's preferable to activate a portable operation. If you can't do that, operate from your shack with no more than 100 watts of power. Just get on the air. Here's the exchange: your call sign, your 100 watts in a wire ID number if you have one, your state, province, or DX country, and a true signal report. For additional details, visit 100wattsinawire.com. That's 100wattsinawire.com. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
Although the Long Island CW Club was created in 2018 to help more New York area hams learn Morse code, it has long since made room in its virtual classrooms for amateurs of all ages anywhere in the world. On Saturday, May 23rd, the club scored another first by creating a CW learning environment exclusively for YLs. The weekly evening instruction, done in a casual, friendly style, is led by Jennifer Moore, KF4INA in Alabama, and Leanne Bulger, W4LEA in North Carolina. Howard Bernstein, WB2UZE, co-founder of the club, along with Rich Collins, K2UPS, said that it was a logical step to take since the club membership has grown to include more than 21 YLs. For more information, visit the website at longislandcwclub.org. Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the K9JX repeater in Jacksonville, Illinois, on Saturdays at 9 p.m.
W3OC.
An amateur in the Netherlands and an amateur in New Jersey are feeling like they're over the moon right now. Jack Parker, W8ISH, tells us why.
Two hams may have completed what's believed to be the first FTA contact via moon bounce, or EME. According to Joe Taylor, K1JT, the contact between Paul, W2HRO, and Peter, PA2V, was made using WSJTX version 2.2.0-RC1. That's a beta version candidate for the version 2.2 of the program WSJTX. Joe noted that conditions weren't the best and degradation was around 3 dB, with the sun only 20 degrees from the moon. Joe said the copy was solid on both sides of the contact. He said that FT8 uses 8-GFSK modulation with tones separated by 6.25 Hz. At the time of the QSO, however, the expected Doppler spread on the path of the two hams contact was 8 Hz, which causes some additional loss of sensitivity. Still, everyone is celebrating what was clearly a good, successful contact. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jack Parker, W8ISH.
If you're in the UK and hoping to book your next amateur radio exam, you have a new option. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, has those details.
Get ready for a new way to book license exams through the Radio Society of Great Britain. The RSGB is ready to roll out an automated system to reserve a place in the queue for the July license exams, and the system is set to go live on the 1st of June. The rollout follows the announcement that 600 exam slots, an unprecedented number, have already been booked for June, and all of them are now filled. The exams are being conducted with remote invigilation, which means the candidates can sit the exam in their own homes during the COVID-19 pandemic. This change has seen a boost in the number of candidates for the foundation license. According to the RSGB, demand for tests is now more than 4 times the previous level, which averaged 125 a month. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
A final reminder for all our listeners, May 31st is the deadline for us to receive nominations for Amateur Radio Newsline's Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Young Ham of the Year Award. This is an excellent opportunity to recognize an exceptional young ham living in the United States or Canada. Candidates should be 18 or younger and show a strong commitment to community and radio activities. Visit our website at arnewsline.org for details. Do you ever wonder where a signal is coming from? Researchers in Japan have tracked down one from a pretty unusual QTH, as we hear from Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
Scientists in Japan have discovered a flickering microwave radio signal that they have traced to the supermassive black hole in the center of the universe. The researchers noticed the variations in the 230 gigahertz signal thanks to a collective of radio telescopes known as the Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array, or ALMA. The radio telescopes observe electromagnetic radiation and provide improved detection over previous methods. The scientists theorize that the flickering is being produced by rotation of gas around the black hole's surface. The scientists' findings were reported recently in the Astrophysical Journal Letters. Although other radio flare-ups were reported previously, they were larger and slower. Now, with the ALMA as their tool, scientists can detect far more minute emanations than was previously possible. In essence, a better signal report. There's just no place yet to send that QSL card. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meacham for L2BHF.
Hams in the UK are being urged to let Ofcom and the Radio Society of Great Britain know about HF interference caused by broadband internet. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, has the rest of the story.
The Radio Society of Great Britain has urged amateurs to contact Ofcom if they're suffering from interference on the HF bands that may be caused by VDSL interference. VDSL, or Very High-Speed Digital Subscriber Line, provides residential broadband internet in the UK, and according to the RSGB, the regulator is not aware of the widespread interference issue. Ofcom has said that it receives perhaps 6 complaints annually about it and has no plans to attempt to remedy the situation. The request was made in a letter in the May edition of the Society's Radcom magazine, which has been made available as a free sample downloadable PDF copy on the Society's website, so that UK amateurs can access it whether or not they're RSGB members. In the letter, President Dave Wilson, M0OBW, said hams need to make the regulator more aware of the pervasive problem on the bands at frequency up to and including 20 meters. The RSGB is asking hams to email a copy of their complaints to the Society so they can track them and follow them up with Ofcom. The address for that is pdsl@rsgb.org.uk. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
The Marconi Telegraph Station aboard the ill-fated Titanic may see the light of day this summer for the first time since the British ocean liner sank after striking an iceberg in the North Atlantic in 1912. A federal judge in Virginia recently granted permission to the salvage company, which had told the court that the radio transmitter could, in time, be damaged irreparably because of the time the ship has been underwater. The telegraph sought by the company, the RMS Titanic Incorporated, is the one used to send distress calls. The salvage company's mission has been challenged by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and others who believe the wreckage should be left untouched. The private company has exclusive salvage rights to the ship. In the world of DX, plan on listening for Bryden, KC1KUG, using the call sign KL7/KC1KUG from Fire Island, Alaska, in the Cook Inlet Group. He'll be on the air between June 2nd and 27th, mostly on 40 and 20 meters, and possibly on 80, 30, and 17 meters. He will be operating mainly using single sideband with some CW or FT8. Send QSLs to KC1KUG. There are 2 special event stations in India. Listen for Dinesh Pandir, VU2DCT, using the special call sign AT0II for Improve Immunity. Operating from Lucknow, India, he is hoping to raise awareness of the challenges posed by COVID-19. Send QSLs to his home call sign. In Habra, India, listen for Utsav, VU3ZIG, using the special call sign AT2SON for Save Our Nation, in tribute to the men and women helping out on the front lines during the pandemic. He is on the air through August 18th. Send QSLs to his home call sign. Finally, everyone has at least one good ham radio buddy for their adventures. Steve Galchett was lucky enough to have 2. You can guess from his call sign, WG0AT, who they were. Ken Peterson, KC0DGY, tells us.
In photographs and videos, and especially in his memories, Steve Galchett, WG0AT, climbs the Colorado summits with his lightweight radio equipment and 2 companions named Rooster and Peanut. Though summits on the air never conferred upon Peanut and Rooster the coveted designation of mountain goats, by birth the 2 were worthy goats, nonetheless. Full of personality and perseverance, they needed no help from any hiking boots to show agility and grace in those climbs with their friend Steve. As he prepared to call out to the world in low-power CW from the summits, it was a trip they happily made after Steve no longer needed them to pack his once heavy gear. When Rooster died a few years ago, Steve and Peanut carried on without him, 2 buddies in the wild. Then Peanut passed away this past April, leaving a void as deep as the loss of a silent key. There is a 3rd goat, Boo, and Steve is still training him for the trail. But sometimes Steve is out there on the mountaintop with Peanut and Rooster, if only in memories now. And on those trips, what they carry now is in his heart.
For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
To see some of Steve's adventures with Rooster and Peanut, visit his YouTube channel by searching for The Goat Hiker. With thanks to AMSAT, Amateur News Weekly, the ARRL, the Associated Press, the Astrophysical Journal Letters, Bloomberg Law, CQ Magazine, David Behar, K7DB, the Indian Express, Ohio Penn DX, QRZ.com, Radio Society of Great Britain, Science Alert, shortwaveradio.de, Southgate Amateur Radio News, Ted Randall's QSO Radio Show, WTWW Shortwave, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. Please send emails to our address at newsline@arnewsline.org. More information is available at Amateur Radio Newsline's only official website, arnewsline.org. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2020. All rights reserved.
Okay, this W3OC, net control for the tubers. That concludes this week's Newsline transmission. Quite interesting news about the TRARC company. I hadn't heard that until the Newsline tonight. Those of you who aren't familiar, they are one of the manufacturers of makes a lot of amateur radio equipment coming out of China. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Late covering news. Let's see. This email came out on Sunday. The Skyview guys, Skyview Radio Club fellows are having weekly meetings on the internet on the Zoom internet system. Tomorrow night they got Jeff Blaine, Alpha Charlie Zero Charlie on there. Apparently he says he's a great contester and an unbelievable engineer. That starts at I think 8 o'clock tomorrow night on Zoom. Let's see what else they got here. And next Tuesday night, their guest speaker will include Ted Craigie, November 3 Kilo November, who was the past president of the ARL. Thanks to Bob WC30 for sending that out. Okay. Okay, also, for those of you into the world of digital on the HF modes or even satellite, there's a new beta release of WSJT-X FT8 mode. Well, it does other modes too, FT4, FT8, JT4, JT9, JT65. They got a general release called WJST-X version 2.1.2. It says the bug fix release to fix some information on that. You can find out more information on it on the internet. They have a website. Everybody's got a pencil. It's got a pretty long address. It's physics, PHYSICS, at princeton.edu/K1JT/WSJTX.html. What a long thing. It's physics.princeton.edu, pulsar, K1JT/WSJT-X.html. Okay, that's the latest update. Or do a Google search.
N3JHB.
Yeah, what's that?
Chuck, we've downloaded that beta version of the FWSJTX, and myself and another person both experienced low transmit audio output from the software. It does work. It does produce the necessary transmit audio. However, all of your gain controls have to be up almost all the way to get it to give you output to your radio. So you may think it's not working at all, but it is. It's just very low audio output on the transmit side. That's all.
Okay, thank you. N3JHB-W3OC. Okay. Alrighty, we got information coming in on that. Also, there's another one of these versions of something based on the WSJTX. It's called JS8 Call. It says I'm looking at their website, js8call.com. Says the idea with JSA calls to take the robustness of FT8 mode and layer on a messaging and network protocol for weak signal communications on HF with a keyboard-to-keyboard interface. It says it's inspired by WSJT's ISX, FLDigi, and FHQ call, and would not exist without the hard work and the dedication of many of the developers in the amateur radio. So there's I've been hearing about this, but don't know anybody that's actually tried it. It says it's an experiment to test the feasibility of digital mode with the robustness of FT8. Okay, that's kind of what I got. I think that's all I got. Oh, that satellite, not satellite, that SpaceX launch went up on Saturday. Has a ham radio operator involved. Bob Benken, Behnken, KO Echo 5 Golf Extra is part of the two-man team that went up to the ISS. Okay, that's kind of what I got here. Anybody need any repeats for anything you've heard? W3OC. Okay, we'll take some late check-ins. Anyone else like to check in who hasn't done so, call now.
W3OC. This is Kilo Bravo 3, Lima November Charlie. Lenny here in the bubble in the south side. Good evening, everybody. No traffic.
W3OC. Please recognize November 3 Tango Alpha Uniform and 3 TAU Norm, Westmoreland County and Penn. Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on the net.
W3OC. W3OC, please recognize Kilo Charlie 3, November Foxtrot. Mike in South Township. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. No comment or traffic.
W3OC. Here's W3 Sierra, Yankee Radio, Bob in White Oak. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening to the net. No comment.
Okay, got Kilo Bravo 3 Lima November Charlie Mobile, November 3 Tango Alpha Uniform, Kilo Charlie 3 November Fox, and Whiskey 3 Sierra Yankee Radio. Anybody else?
W3OC and U3Q with traffic.
And F3BJA with some info.
Okay, NU3Q, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. I appreciate it. I'm going to jump over now. I'm done here, but I want to give everyone a heads up here. Wednesday looks to be a possible severe weather day. If there are any warnings to go out or any special advisory statements from the NWS, anyone and everyone is welcome to assume net control duties for the Skywarn net on the 147.09 machine, which is a tone of 88.5 hertz. If you do decide to take net control duties, you're more welcome to do so, by the way. All you have to do is state the event and the time it ends, and state that all reports be done according to the standard Skywarn protocol. I'll make an attempt to go up on the net if I can, depending on where I am at the time.
Yeah, I'll ask.
If anybody has any questions about reporting severe weather, they're more than welcome to ask me. You can email me at my email address is allegheny.whiskey-papa-alpha-arrl.org.
Yes.
Assisting the National Weather Service during severe weather events with extra net controls. Thank you, Chuck, and U3Q.
Okay, thank you, Bob. NU3Q, W3OC. Anybody need any questions for Bob?
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Papa Delta Bravo.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
Could you restate the frequency for the Skywarn net?
A net control, it's 147.09. 147.09, PL 88.5.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Kilo Charlie 3, Papa Delta Bravo.
Is there any sort of online resource that we could watch formal training?
Yes, there is. If you go Google NWS Pittsburgh Skywarn, there's some information. And there's also a link there to the Skywarn Spotter's Guide as well.
Roger that. Kilo Charlie 3, November, Foxtrot, clear.
Okay, all right. Anybody else got any questions for Bob?
Good evening. 8:51 p.m.
Okay, we're closing that out this hour. We're running in a little bit late. Two check-ins. I'd like to thank everybody who did check in with us this evening. So if you're interested, the Appreciators Net should be starting up here at 9 o'clock local time on the 10-meter band, 28.480. If you've been monitoring 10 meters, it's been open a little bit. At least this operator's noticed a lot of operations during the late afternoon. Usually, I guess it's 500 to 500 miles odd, something like that. So it's kind of interesting to hear that going. Of course, you can always go down and listen for the CW beacons down here around 28.2 to 28.3 to see what, to kind of determine what the call signs are and see where they're coming from. There are many of those things on here. Of course, the digital mode of FT8 on 28, I think it's 074, is usually quite busy too, and the band's open too. Okay, with that, we're going to turn to repeater vector dynamic use. Everybody have a good week. Good time to do antenna work. And if you got a vote tomorrow, don't forget, that's coming up. I know I already did mine by mail, despite what other people say. W302 clear.
And 3BJA with some information.
Now, guys.
Yes, sir. For all of you out there that are listening and want to keep tabs on what's going on in the International Space Station, 145.800 FM is the frequency to listen to. They like to send pictures on the weekends, and I use a software called Robot 36 that's on my cell phone, and it's very easy to use. You just put the cell phone next to the speaker on your radio, and it will download the pictures. So, yeah, maybe keep your ears on 145.800, and you might catch some rare pictures. That's all I got, N3BJA.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. I hadn't heard of that. Okay. That's another good thing to know to me. Anybody got any questions for Dave? Okay. With that, we're closing that out. Thank you, everybody. Have a good week. Good time to do antenna work, but like me, that's why my voice is so scratchy. I was outside today and just ate too much grass dust. Yeah. Catch you all later. It's W3OC on the W3N. Good night.
Alright. And that's it for tonight. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the post notification bell. This is 70 Thirds from KC3PDB. See you next time.